Good morning, everybody. Figure I would jump right in next to my first impressions video. So hopefully this turns out okay. There are quite a few things that, you know, I have to have. Like I have to have my Smashbox under eye primer. I have to have my Origins Plantscription also for the under eyes because of the crepiness. You know, there are some things that that's going to be the same on everything. Foundation is new, concealer is new. I'm going to try a new eyebrow pencil. A under eye cream I've actually not tried before, which that's going to be the It Confidence in an Eye Cream. I have been using the regular face moisturizer, but I usually only use that at night because it seems like it's a little oily. So I'm hoping this isn't going to be as bad, but then with as crepey and dry as my under eyes end up being by the end of the day, might be a good thing. I'm also going to try, so along with the Pacifica foundation and concealer, I'm also going to use their setting powder. So I have my little dish. This is actually kind of neat. You got the thing that opens up here, and then it's got this to keep everything from flying out. It does look like it's a pretty fine powder, so I've got high hopes for that. Another thing that's going to be first impression is going to be, I'm going to use the Pacifica setting spray that I've had like forever and just have never used it. I'm going for the Tarte Clean Slate 360 Creaseless smoothing 12-hour smoothing eye primer. So this is going to be the first time I'm going to use that. I've got this little Cover FX blurring primer sample. I think I may actually have a full size over there, but I want to use up the little sample size first, see how that goes. I think I said the It Confidence gel in a gel lotion, the CeraVe hydrating sunscreen, the Pretty Poison palette from Bad Habit. I'm going to use the Bad Habit eye brushes. I think, is there anything else that's new? Oh, and I'm going to use one of the new Bad Habit liquid lipsticks, but I'll be using one of my lip liners that I've already had and might not be a shade that I've tried before, but I've tried the formula, so that's not really first impression. With that said, I also have my regular, you know, setting and finishing powder over here, you know, my One Heck of a Blot and my Beauty Pie. Those stay near and dear to my heart. Plus like my Maybelline, I don't think I talked about this before, my Maybelline Expert Wear Linen. I will also use this for setting when I do the concealer on top of my eyes too. So I've already put on my Origins. Usually the next step then is the eye cream. So here it is, brand spanking new, never been touched. So let's see how this goes. Kind of not crazy that it's in a jar, so I have one of these little paddle things. I'm just gonna grab out here a little bit and let's just, well, I can't, we'll use the monitor, see how this goes. Oh, feels nice, just feels like eye cream. Not anything super special. I did get it on sale at Ulta for half off, I believe. Was it last month? Yeah, probably last month. And it's just been sitting in a drawer because I've been using my Lumine or Lumine or however the heck that's pronounced. Okay, so that's eye cream. Bringing me coffee. Love coffee. Anyway, okay, so that was eye cream. Then the next, It Cosmetics Confidence in a Gel Lotion. So like I said, I've been using the stuff that looks like this, just in a much larger jar at night. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Okay. very lightly scented. Feels okay. Not super thick like the stuff that's in the jar, like the eye cream, so that's good. I gotta try to get it really well around my nose. I think there might be chunks of snow falling off the eaves outside the window. Oh wow, that blended in like really nice. It doesn't feel like anything on my skin. Huh. It does say weightless moisturizer. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then now we're gonna do the CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen. Good. But as you can, ooh, wow, that is like super white. Oh my goodness. I don't quite know how I feel about that. They do say that you're supposed to let it soak in for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Now I start putting in on my under eye stuff. Just so that I let the lotion and the sunscreen let it soak in while I'm doing this. Okay, and then we have the shadow primer, and it says and under eye base all in one. Huh. I probably could have tried that over the whole thing. That would have been interesting. Maybe next time. But for now, we'll just use this as an eyeshadow primer. I get it everywhere. I don't know if this is too much or... Ooh, that is actually quite a bit. Oh goodness, okay. It kind of feels oily, which is surprising to me. If this is supposed to help your eyeshadow stay on longer, why would it be oily? Okay, so I got the eye primer on, and now let's go for this is the Cover FX blurring primer. Okay, I'm back. I had a short hiatus. Today's laundry day. Dryer stopped, made my bed. Looks so much better now. And anyway, so on to the next step. I put on the Cover FX blurring primer. And so let's grab a dollop. Oh, so that's interesting. It is also has a tint to it, a little darker than the Professional, but I grabbed a little bit of that, and then let's give it a go. Can't tell if that's the scent of the primer or if that's the hand lotion that I put on after I made the bed and put my rings back on. Well, that looks good. Okay, now next step is the Pacifica foundation. Now I thought that maybe this was the kind that you untwist and then has like a doe foot applicator thing. Came out, no, it's really kind of oily too, so I want to shake it up. But no, don't be like me. Don't untwist the whole thing and go, oh, what's with this weird? No, it's a pump. It's a pump. Use the pump. Let's see. I'm gonna bring my little mirror over here. Just not turn it on. Hopefully you can see me okay. I've got it panned down pretty well. So, see, it still seems like oily, and it is like leaking from the bottle, which is weird. Got it screwed back on really tight, so that's not real encouraging right there. Get a little dollop here. Wow. Oh, there we go. Might be a little light, but Oh, that's what I didn't bring over. I didn't bring over bronzer or highlighter. None of that. Well, it's not like I won't be able to pause this, and I'm getting it all over myself. Story of my life. Thank goodness for the towel. That's good. It's close. It's a little light, but that's not too bad. It actually looks really close to, I mean, look at that. Might still be a little bit darker than my neck, but as you could tell prior to doing all of this, my face is a little bit darker than my neck anyway. And you can still kind of see the skin texture. I don't think it's settling into my pores or anything any more than any other foundation does at this step. Around my nose still needs extra help, but that's not unusual. Of course, foundation wasn't set. It did start settling in my lines here. A little bit on the forehead, but again, no better or worse than anything else. But after letting it sit here for a minute while I swapped out the clothes in the washer and the dryer, and it looks like skin. That's good. You want it to look like skin. So let's give the concealer a go. It says 18WL is the shade. Let's hope for the best with this concealer. It's a little yellow, but seems like a fairly good thickness, consistency. And let's get to blending. I'm hoping for the best here. Or actually, let's set you off to the side. You can still see, you know, the gray, but then you're gonna have some shadows under your eyes anyway. And I can always go back in with my bareMinerals bisque and touch up afterwards. So here goes with that powder. It does seem very finely milled, so that's encouraging. It's not creasing as fast as many concealers do, which is also encouraging, but it does still crease. Vegan, all the Pacifica stuff looks like it's vegan, it's cruelty-free, made in the USA, and it looks like in Portland, Oregon. So that makes sense for the whole Pacifica, because that would be part of the Pacific Northwest. And let's see, so next what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the brows. Let's see, we can do this. So I bought this one also a while ago, this brow pencil I'm about to use. It is the ColourPop brow pencil in Honey Blonde. That's what it looks like. Just your standard small. It's kind of interesting. There's the, I don't know if you can see the tip. Totally unused. So, oh, it's a little dark. Let's see how this will go. Oh, that is very dark. How is this Honey Blonde? Oh, I don't know about that. Kind of matches the darker. Huh? Might work out. We'll see once I do my hair, which I'm probably going to be straightening it today, so we'll see how that looks like. It was really hard to keep it where I wanted it though, so my brows are a lot thicker, and I think I'm kind of missing a bit of the curve up there. I mean, you saw it when I first started, and let's see if we can get it to focus, and like it just literally just kind of mushed all over the place. That's so weird. I've never really seen a pencil do that before. So what I dug up for first impressions for bronzer and highlight is the bareMinerals Crystalline Glow Bronzer and Highlighter Palette. So this is what it looks like. Maybe my lights are just too bright. There we go. Kind of that rose gold packaging. And it's got the bronzer in the middle, and then 2 highlights. And then for blush, I grabbed a couple of my I got Flower Beauty Flower Pots Powder Blush in both Sweet Pea. Here we go. And Peach Primrose. I like that nice little rose pattern, as you can tell. There we go. Nice, pristine, never used before. I've got Milani ones like this, so I don't know what it would be like exactly a first impression, but I've never used it before, so I think that counts. Okay, so next is the bronzer. So let's hope for the best on this one. I'm going to grab my JH02 brush so we can get that in here. Still haven't tried out that brush that's supposed to be for contour. I'm just a chicken. But, you know, one of these days I'll give it a shot, see how it goes, and hopefully I don't make too much of an idiot out of myself. Okay, we're gonna do the Sweet Pea for the blush. See, now this is my regular blush brush. Should probably, just to be safe, give it a whoosh on my cleaner thing. How much is this? This is the R14. So I think I've got everything off. Yep, that's coming off. Okay. So I'll dip into this one and then do my stamping. I don't want to go ham. Like I said, I'm a grandma. Just going up. Oh, that's pretty. And let's see, for the highlight, we've got Pink Moonstone or Rose Quartz. I'll go Pink Moonstone. That's nice and subtle. I like subtle. And then my usual boop and a boop. And okay, and now for the fun part is the eyeshadow. Lots of coffee. See, well, I think I'm going to do Pierced Heart for my transition shade. I think I'm going to try this number 5 for laying down the transition. So this is going to be, I'll go with Pierced Heart. Okay, it is quite powdery. I don't know if I can do this to where you can tell, but I had just barely tapped in and it's well covered. So Whew. Poof. And let's see. Let's see if we can do this on camera. And there's quite a bit of fallout that comes off. So make sure to tap that off. Does a really nice job of getting into the crease with that tapered end. Like that. I might just use the same brush for putting down the next shade as well. So we'll just knock it off on my little can here, in which that took off almost all of that pigmentation. So that's pretty cool. I think we're gonna go with Antidote for the 3/4 of the eye. Oh, that is dark. Oh. Let's see how that shows up on the lid. Maybe just pat it. Okay, so that's not too scary. I was terrified there for a minute. So it doesn't go on too dark and scary. That's good. Definitely it's got buildable coverage. It's not going on patchy. At least no more patchier than my crepey eyelids call for. So so far I'm liking it. I mean, I've had some high-end shadows that have not performed this well. So far so good. Okay, and let's see, what do I want? There's not a ton of super light shades, although there's one that's like almost completely white called Nectar. That might be the inner corner one, so we'll set that little brush off to the side. And let's see, this number 1 brush looks like it's just a standard packing brush for those shimmer shades. And let's just try, you know what, for fun I think we're gonna go in with Chemistry, which is this one right here. Maybe not all the way to the inner corner, but let's see how this goes on. Kind of out here a bit. It's actually pretty close to Antidote, which is the color that I just put on 3/4 of the lid. It's more kind of a satiny instead of a shimmer, but that's okay. With as dark as it is, I like having this kind of on the eyeball instead of the inner corner. I want a light color on the inner corner so that I can open up my eyes a little bit. Right now we're looking pretty monochromatic. Okay. And let's try Paralyzed on the inner corner. Can't even really see much of anything, can we? I don't know if it's just because I'm not using a light up mirror, or if it's because it just doesn't have the pigmentation I was hoping for. Or it could just be close to my actual skin tone. Just with glitter in there. But I would try using my fingers, but like I said, my fingers are too big. Well, I'll just keep going, we'll see how it goes. And let's see, this number 4 is a really nice tip to it for a pencil brush, so I'm kind of interested to see how this goes on the lower lash line. I'm going to go ahead and use Antidote. Oh, I'm going to tap that off too much. Oh, everything comes off. Let's see. That's okay. And then let's see. This number 7 brush, which is probably what is supposed to be used for doing like under the eyes, but I'm gonna go inner corner and brow bone with it with Nectar. So I've got a packed Nectar on there. We'll see how this goes. And it's not really translating on the eye all that well. I was just kind of mixing in with Paralyzed, which is, I guess, is okay. It's coming out a lot more pinkish than what I'd expected it to. But again, that makes me wonder, so is it kind of a duochrome maybe? Or is it just mixing with the other shade? Okay, let's see. I don't know what else I want to do. Well, let's mix this in first. There's my Royal and Lang nickel. That's what I use here to blend this stuff together. And let's see. So I'm going to take Deadly Dose. I'm going to use my, what is this? My Luxie mini flat angled brush. This is what I use for my outer V. If I can get it to focus, that'd be fabulous. There we go. And Deadly Dose is about the only other neutrally dark matte shade. Take that same Deadly Dose on my, this is actually BH Cosmetics number 10. This is, like I said, the one that probably should be for brows, but I use it for eyeliner because it's nice and small. There is the number 8 and the Bad Habit, which is fairly close. It's the same type of shape there, but it's a lot bigger. And for my tiny little eyes, I want to use what I know it works. I got to see if there's something I can do. Bring that eyeshadow out a little bit more on top. I wonder if I use one of my regular brushes. This is also a Morphe brush, but it doesn't have any number on it. This is just like a pencil brush, but it's got a little bit bigger of a head to it compared to the, I guess this one, the number 4 for the Bad Habit is just a finer tip. But let's see if I can get more of a payout using this brush. This definitely picked up a lot more. So let's see how this goes. It's like maybe it's not the shadow. Maybe it's the brushes. That did a little bit more intense. Yeah, this Nectar shade definitely has kind of a duochrome shift to it. Oh yeah. This brush is working much better. Maybe because I'm used to it. I don't know. The shape or how much it picks up. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so let's use this. Go back in with Paralyzed. Oh yeah. That's definitely better. I guess this is why we do first impressions, is because it's a way to learn. Yeah, that's doing much more intense. Yes, now I know why I reach for this brush over and over and over and again. Okay. I might actually grab my little Luxie brush again and try to pack on a little more antidote in the outer corner. Much better. So it's not the shadow, it was the brushes. We will still want to take this number 2 and see how this does for blending. Kind of giving it a quickie there. Yeah, not quite so harsh on the lines. So this isn't going to be first impression, but I just started using this week. This is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I don't want my other mirror this time because I need the lights. Must have the light. I have learned, do your lower lashes first and then your upper lashes, so that way you don't end up with mascara all over everything on top. So here we go. Okay, so I decided to stop filming while I was putting on my mascara. Fabulous, but you know, hey, pretty sure everybody knows how to put on mascara by now, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. So I went ahead, finished that up, cleaned up under my eyes like I do with my little baby Japanese Q-tip. If you can see those, itty bitty. Love these things. And then I went ahead and put on a little bit more bisque bareMinerals Bisque under my eyes. Those aren't first impressions. You know that if you've watched my prior videos, of which there aren't too many, so I'm not going to bother linking anything. But the last step then for the whole thing is to do my lips. So I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Boundless Berry. Again, this is not in first impression. I absolutely love these pencils, but then the lipstick is going to be the Bad Habit Mind Games, because it seems fairly neutral-ish, I guess. Guess we shall see. Because most of the other ones look either really dark or really... Oh well. I wasn't really planning on going anywhere today anyway. We have too much snow on the ground, and I hate snow. I hate snow with a burning passion. I hate snow. But, alright, here we go with the lips, and let's see how this goes. Kind of looks a little separated in the container, but I guess we shall see. Oh, I might have knocked too much off. This might be a little orange, I guess, or a lot orange. It's kind of hard to tell through the thing. It looks a lot more berry in there, and here is definitely orange. Oh well, what the heck. It's on. I did exfoliate my lips earlier because they've been kind of dry. Doesn't look like I did a good enough job, but we'll go with it because, again, I'm not going anywhere. Well, that ended up being a bit more bold than what I was going for, but that's okay. I mean, again, I'm not going anywhere. I need more coffee. Hasn't had all that much time to dry down, and not a whole lot came off on my straw. So that's impressive. Let's see if we can kind of do a... Nada. Still feels slightly tacky, not too bad. Definitely had worse. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go do my hair, and I'll come back with my final thoughts, see if I can zoom in, and if you can see how things are going. Oh, I almost forgot. I have to do the setting spray. Oh, I actually have in my desk at work a Urban Decay All-Nighter setting spray because a lot of times I forget the step entirely. I'm going to turn off the fan for now. This is the Pacifica Coconut Essence Hydro Mist. Party then, rehab now is what it says. Coconut and caffeine. So let's see what the mister. Oh, that's nice little. Oh, that does smell really good. I'll turn my fan back on. That's nice. It says for all skin types, shake well before use. It says coconut and caffeine come together in this hydrating water to help rehab stressed skin that partied way too hard. Well, I may not have partied way too hard, you know, but I have dry. At least it seems kind of dry today. It's not oily in the center yet where like it normally gets. That seems to have melded things together a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna go do my hair and I'll be back with final thoughts. And now I'm back. Hair's done. At least as done as it's gonna get for one day. And let's do maybe just kind of a summary of my final thoughts of how everything went on. As you can probably tell with the brushes, did not apply the eyeshadow as well as I'd hoped. Could be the shape of my eye, I don't know, or eyes. But the shadows did go on a lot better when I used some of my regular brushes. So I don't think the brushes are all bad. This could just be how my eyes like to reject pigment anyway, but they did seem to go on better with the brushes that I'm used to. The foundation, even though it was set, it has already creased in my smile lines here. The big ones on my forehead. I don't know if those, that's about normal. But usually the foundation, well, it'll crease in my smile lines eventually anyway. It's not usually quite this fast. The concealer looks good. The bronzer, blush, highlight, it's good. The, I would say that the eyeshadow primer, you know, it's a primer. Seems to be working okay so far. Nothing feels super heavy on my face, which I like. Still not a fan of the color of the eyebrow pencil. It does go along with that, you know, darker undertone color that I have throughout my hair, except for all the white peeking through. Hopefully, if there's no snow on the ground next weekend when I have my next appointment, that, you know, maybe the next videos that I shoot, I won't have gray hair there anymore, at least for like 2 seconds, because I've been growing my hair out. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, moisturizer's moisturizer. The powder seems to be doing well so far. When I cleaned up under my eyes with the little Q-tip, it didn't look too bad. You know, it had the usual sinking into some of the fine lines with a little whoosh, 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 and it came right out. Yeah, I guess this is it for my first impression. I will keep using this stuff, maybe with my regular moisturizer, primers stuff, see how it works then, because who knows, maybe it's the primer. Otherwise, from the smile lines, it looks like skin. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging in with me. Thank you for hanging in there with me till the end. Have a fantastic day. Be safe out there if you're in the Pacific Northwest in our snowmageddon that we're dealing with right now. More coming tonight. Super excited. Have a great day. Bye.